Drop it!
Can you challenge one?
A welfare check for a woman in crisis turned into a deadly encounter within seconds when she emerged from her home armed with a knife. On June 3, 2026, Orange County Sheriff's deputies responded to the 8200 block of Tivoli Drive after a neighbor reported a woman screaming outside a residence and hearing loud banging from inside the home. When deputies knocked on the door, 59-year-old Rosalia Hodges came outside holding a large kitchen knife. Deputies immediately backed away while repeatedly ordering her to drop the weapon. Investigators say she instead threatened to kill the deputies and continued advancing toward them. We will now go to the 911 call, followed by Deputy 1's body-worn camera.
What's going on? Do you need police, fire, or medical?
I'm not sure the right way to do this. I guess like a wellness check is what I'm requesting. One of my neighbors has been screaming at the top of her lungs outside of her house all day. We can't communicate with her. We can't do anything. She seems very violent right now.
¿Cuántos están aquí?
Policia!
Check uniform. I see you guys were unable to locate anything.
That's what you thank you. All clear.
10-4, there's 3.
You in here or no more?
She quieted down.
See anybody come? That's you.
Get out!
Let's go. Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
Get out!
Drop it!
Can you challenge one? Challenge one.
Drop
the knife!
Get out!
Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
No!
Drop the knife!
I killed you!
Drop the knife!
No!
Drop the knife! County shots fired.
Location 2302 Alpha. 10-4. Are you guys 10-4?
Before we continue with Deputy 2's body-worn camera, let's briefly examine this encounter. Deputies responded to what appeared to be a mental health crisis. When contact was made, the woman exited the home armed with a knife and advanced toward them. The deputies did a good job creating distance while giving repeated commands to drop the knife. Maintaining that reactionary gap gave them more time to assess the situation and respond. Based on my experience as a former law enforcement officer who responded to similar situations, having 3 deputies on scene can sometimes provide additional tactical options. While every incident is different, when Ms. Hodges briefly paused near the driveway, one possible option that may have been available was for one deputy to deploy a taser while the others maintained lethal cover. Of course, tasers aren't always effective, and officers must also consider probe placement, movement, and the safety of everyone on scene before deploying less lethal tools. Before we continue, take a look at how 2 officers from the Joliet Police Department handled a similar encounter. You will now see how one officer maintains lethal cover, while the other deploys a taser to stop a woman armed with a large knife. Special thanks to 50 Police Bodycam channel for this footage. Be sure to check out their channel for the full, unedited video of this incident. The link is in the description below.
You don't gotta worry about that, ma'am. You ain't gonna get that far. Oh, hell no. You better put that knife down, sir. She has a knife. Put that knife down. Get on the ground. You got the knife? It's on the ground.
As you saw, one officer maintained deadly force coverage while the other deployed the taser, allowing officers to safely take the woman into custody without resorting to deadly force. This demonstrates how additional officers can sometimes provide more tactical options during rapidly evolving incidents. We will now go to Deputy 2's body-worn camera.
No, she quieted down. She quieted down.
Get out!
Hey, drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
Get out!
Drop it! Drop the knife!
Get out!
Drop it!
Get out! Get out!
Drop it!
Get out!
Drop the knife!
No!
Drop the knife!
I killed you!
Drop the knife!
No!
Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
I
Following the shooting, deputies immediately rendered medical aid until paramedics arrived. Ms. Hodges was transported to a local hospital, where she later died from her injuries. From a legal standpoint, investigators will determine whether the deputies' use of deadly force was objectively reasonable under the totality of the circumstances. Under both Florida law and federal constitutional standards, law enforcement officers may use deadly force when they reasonably believe it is necessary to protect themselves or others from an imminent threat of death or serious bodily harm. Ultimately, that determination will be based on the totality of the circumstances and all available evidence gathered during the investigation. This is Texas Safety Watch, where we break down what legally matters, what tactically matters, and the lessons that can be learned from critical incidents across the country. Until next time, stay aware, stay safe, and God bless. We'll see you in the next case.